I got the bloodlust. Me too. I want to kill. Let's kill.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to The Bloodlust. This is your go-to podcast for classy broads talking horror since 2014. This is episode 283 of the program. Tonight we're talking about Weapons, Zach Cregger's second horror feature. My name's Amy. I am your fearless leader, joined as always by my lovely and talented co-host Kay.
I'm here. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Also with the babies. Hopefully they won't be chewing and barking and...
Well, Boss did just roll his ball to us.
He sure did, yeah.
It's not looking promising. He's going to throw a tantrum pretty quickly.
We can almost guarantee a tantrum is incoming.
It's brewing.
Yeah. It'll start with some grumbles, some tippy taps, and then...
Put it on a bingo card, folks.
Yeah.
Let us know if you hear them all.
Oh, the summer's winding down.
I told you it's fall.
It's not fall yet.
I told you 1,000 times it's fall.
But we did get our homework in, didn't we?
Yeah.
Are you proud of us? We watched Blackula, listeners.
We did it.
Blackula and the Stepford Wives, and we're about to talk about them.
Get ready.
Do you have a preference on which one you'd like to talk about first?
We could talk about Blackula first.
It is the first chronologically. That one came out in 1972.
And they've been waiting.
And they've been waiting. You're
patiently.
Right. You're right. This was directed by William Crane. It is available to watch now on Amazon Prime. I thought because it's also available on AMC Plus, and I have that through Amazon Prime, that I would get the commercial-free version, but nay.
Unfortunately, no.
This is about an African prince, Mamuwalde, who is bitten by Dracula and made into a vampire when he goes on a kind of a tour to try and convince European leaders to abandon the slave trade. Originally he was just some dude, but the main characters, or the actor who played the main character, kind of talked to the director and said, why don't we give this guy a little bit more gravitas? And I think it serves the movie very well.
Yeah. I also read that part of the characterization is that he doesn't want to be called Blackula. He wants to stick with his original name. And that's pretty cool, too.
Well, yeah. Would you want to be called Blackula?
Well, I wouldn't want to be called Dracula either.
Yeah, but
just taking on someone else's name.
That's the only part of the movie I don't really like, is when Dracula's like, and you will be called Blackula. Like, get out of here with that shit. It's obvious they just made a movie based on a title.
Right.
But I think the movie is better than just a silly takeoff on a vampire movie. What do you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought that it was very groovy, and that's fun. Really good sound work, really good costuming. That was all wonderful. I also really liked that he was, like, not a vampire into being a vampire. He was, like, our first, like, no, I don't want this. I don't want to make you my love interest into a vampire. Like, he was our first little Edward. That's a Twilight reference.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he just wanted to find his love.
Yeah.
But he wasn't afraid to kill people.
Right.
That messed with her.
Yeah, of course.
Or to get her. We did have a couple gay characters in this movie, although they didn't treat them very well.
Yeah, they didn't last very long either.
No. And my favorite character in this movie is the cab driver lady. I wanted her to have more screen time before she got bit, because she was so funny and charismatic.
Yeah.
But then when she does get bit, she provides what I think is the creepiest scene in the movie, where she's just, like, running at the screen. It's, like, the only scene in the movie that's even remotely creepy. You don't remember it.
Yeah, it's not a super creepy movie.
No, it's not. It's not. But it is very groovy, and I love all the club scenes.
Yeah. I'll have a Bloody Mary.
I love the band.
I will also have a Bloody Mary. No questions asked.
I love the band and their very tight pants.
Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot about the penis.
Yeah.
First I was making fun of the shirts. I was like, Amy, do you want me to make one of those shirts for you? And then Amy's like, how are you even looking at the shirts? Look at that penis. Very large and in charge.
Yeah. I could draw it from memory based on how tight those pants were. I don't think that the love interest in this is a particularly good actress.
I don't think they gave her a lot to work with.
No, they didn't. And she was very pretty.
Yes.
But I saw that the sequel to this movie, Scream Blackula Scream, stars Pam Grier as the love interest instead, or as the female lead. And I'm sure she would do a much better job.
You're in love with Pam Grier.
Yes.
She can do no wrong.
No. The answer is no. So that's Blackula.
I like the ending, too. I like that he ends up committing suicide instead of, being taken out. Because he lost his love. And life's not worth living for centuries and centuries.
Dracula is often told as a love story.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it's scarier when it's not. But that's the story of Dracula. And Blackula.
And Blackula.
Let's go on to The Stepford Wives, made in 1975, I'm sorry.
How embarrassing.
Directed by...
Oh, God, cut this. Cut it out.
Directed by Brian Forbes. Available currently on Tubi. If you use the app Just Watch, like I do, to try and find what streaming service movies are playing on, it shows this one is not being available on any streaming service.
But it's a lie. We checked anyways, and it was there.
Yeah, so Stepford Wives is currently streaming on Tubi, despite what Just Watch says. This is a mystery based on a novel written by Ira Levin. Sorry, I'm hoarse today, guys. Written by Ira Levin, who also wrote Rosemary's Baby. It's kind of a paranoid mystery. Is stuff really happening, or am I crazy, or is everyone out to get me? And it's about this woman who moves with her family to Stepford, Connecticut.
Yeah.
From living in New York City. And she does not adjust well because all of the women are very much homemakers and don't seem to have any personality other than like, oh, I use this cleaning product. Oh, I use this cleaning product. They all dress very old-fashioned.
Very conservative.
Yeah. And she doesn't fit in. And she finds one friend. Godzilla.
Thank you.
She finds one friend that she fits in with, and they all the two of them start to notice that women are kind of not only like this, but some of the ones that seem normal are abruptly changing. Godzilla.
Thank you.
So what'd you think about The Stepford Wives? You thought you had seen it.
Yeah, turned out that I only saw the 2004 version, and it was not this one. But
No.
I relate so hard to this best friend. I would be like, oh yeah, I just definitely, I read your little write-up in the paper, and it sounds like you're the only friend that I could have here. Anyways, this is me. We're gonna be best friends now. Hi. I just loved her. And then they just like glom on together, which is nice because she needs someone in that town. Because she doesn't know it, but she's also soon to be a robot.
Right. And of course, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the Stepford Wives as an idea is part of like pop culture now. And a Stepford wife is like already known to be like a robot.
Right.
So you can't really be super surprised when watching it. And they make it pretty obvious while you're watching it too. Just record your voice several times.
Yeah, I just need you to read this dictionary in totality.
That's right.
No reason why.
Right.
It's just a thing that I like to do.
I gotta turn the air off. Sorry, listeners. My air just kicked on and I just turned it off, so that noise will stop in a minute. I should have turned it off before we started recording, but I didn't think it was hot enough yet. But here we are.
And here we are. Noises and things.
Poor baby's eyes are watering so bad.
We went out with a little puppy yesterday, and I am allergic to all animals. And my body only gets used to them once they live with me for a while. And yesterday it was pretty okay, but it's really coming back with a vengeance today.
Yeah, did you take a allergy?
I did.
You did. Okay. Just thought I'd check. So obviously, this one, the twist or the reveal is pretty easy to call.
Right.
But I still think it's an effective and creepy movie.
Yeah, definitely. I think that there is some commentary on, like, just putting those women on pills and, like, you know, just making everything manageable to be there for their families and take care of their husbands and all of that. That was happening in the 1950s and 60s.
And 70s and 80s.
And today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's creepy and gross, and they even try to start a women's club, and it turns out not even the first time that
Right.
these women have been trying to fight against it, but alas, the men will just take them over, turn them into robots.
It's weird to me that this was protested by feminist groups when it came out.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't understand why they wouldn't have. I find this to be a very feminist movie.
Maybe because it just continues to happen.
Because it works in the end, but so what?
I don't know. Maybe they just wanted a different ending. That she got out, she moved back to the city,
I mean, that would have been nice, but sometimes horror movies are better and richer for having... And this is also a sci-fi movie, and they often have depressing endings.
Well, anyways, the men win.
Yeah, they win. Bobby is Paula Prentice, who I remember from I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House. But I've only ever seen her as an old person. So I was like, I wonder who the dish is who plays Bobby. She's so cute and tall and has such long legs. And turns out I already knew her. It's crazy how that happens.
There's one point that she's sitting on a stool and she's got her legs crossed, but then her top leg is tucked underneath her bottom leg. And I used to sit like that all the time when I was younger. It's just like, huh, that's what that looks like, huh? It's not great.
Weird lanky bitches.
Yeah. Long limb babes.
Yeah. Well, you know I like them.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I'd give up my soul to be a Stepford wife.
Would you?
Yeah. To, like, be content with cleaning the house and making dinner. Like, I like making dinner already. If I liked cleaning the house, wow. Wow, what would that be like?
Yeah, but you'd have to live with those guys, and they all sucked.
No, you could be my guy.
Oh, okay.
Deal?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Great.
I love 70s movies. We've kind of talked about that on the show. But the 70s was such a time of paranoia and pessimism in this country. And I just love the movies that came out of it. All the conspiracies and stuff. It was such a rich time for movies.
Rich.
So listeners, let us know what you think about Blackula and the Stepford Wives. We would love to hear from you. I've never seen the remake. Do you remember it at all? Eh. I heard it was real bad. I don't know. I know that Jordan Peele called the Stepford Wives one of the biggest inspirations for Get Out.
Oh, really?
And that tracks quite a bit.
Yeah, I can see that. For sure.
And it's, you know, it's a fun subgenre, I think. These paranoid movies. So we're not going to do horror homework for our next episode. And we'll let you know why towards the end when we tell you what we're going to do next.
I mean, it's still homework.
It's still homework, yes. You're right.
We're not getting out of this.
Our horror homework is going to be a little different.
Yes.
For our next episode, but we'll let you know more about that later.
Yeah, keep them in suspense.
That's right. For now, let's start talking about weapons. Shall we?
Yeah.
Weapons is rated R. It has a runtime of 2 hours and 8 minutes. However, I did not feel like it felt very long.
No.
It is written and directed by Zach Cregger. He previously made Barbarian. Before that, he was in the sketch comedy troupe The Whitest Kids You Know, which is not one that I ever watched. You? Neither of us. This movie stars Julia Garner, Josh Brolin, and Benedict Wong. It was released in the US August 8th of this year. Currently on Rotten Tomatoes, it is 94% fresh with critics, 86% fresh with the audience. And it's still in theaters currently. So you probably already know what this one is about. It's got a very simple premise. One morning, all but one of the members of Justine Gandy's 3rd grade class runs out of their house and disappears. It's not like they wander off. It's not like they're kidnapped.
They've got a very specific run.
Yes, a very specific purpose, and they take off. Some ring cameras catch them, but nobody can find them. And it's been a month. And parents are angry. They're wanting answers. They want answers from the teacher, who doesn't have them. And
they want answers from the one kid that remains in the class. He doesn't have them that he's willing to say.
That's right. So this movie is set up in 6 chapters. Kind of like the P.T. Anderson movie Magnolia, also kind of like Pulp Fiction, Love Actually, movies like that. It plays with that theme. It follows in turn Justine, the teacher, Archer, one of the dads of the missing kids, who's played by Josh Brolin, Alex, the little boy who is not missing, the only kid left from the class, Paul, a cop who is an ex of Justine, the teacher, Marcus, the principal of the school, and James, who is a local, I think he's a meth head.
I don't know my hard drugs well enough to know what he was on, but it's one that has like a pipe that you heat up.
Yeah. So those are who we follow, and each segment we get a little bit more of the story.
Yeah.
We saw this in IMAX. It looked really good in IMAX. It was also very nice to learn that the theater that I used to like to go to but didn't go to anymore because Kay doesn't like that they don't have recliners.
Oh, babe, I was up in arms. You told me the rollout of our movie-going experience was as follows. Babe, do you want to go see a movie? Yes. Oh, good. Jonah's coming into town. We're going to go see Weapons. Perfect. Ooh, as we're driving there, we're going to Troy, which I do not like because I do not have recliners.
Yes.
Great. Fine, I'll make it. And then, as we were getting in, oh, did I mention that Jonah's bringing his dad and his cousin or someone? I was like, what? Hanging out with strangers in non-recliners, but happy to announce, IMAX does have reclining seats now.
And brand new ones. It smelled like a new car in there.
Yeah.
And they were posh as fuck.
Yeah, they were. It was one that it doesn't move you all together. You can adjust the back as well as adjust the feet. It was lovely.
Mm-hmm.
The heating was so hot that we all had to turn it off.
Yeah, it was crazy.
They worked too well.
I was very impressed. Anyway.
I digress.
It looked good in IMAX is what I'm trying to say. The marketing for this was really clever, I thought, and very good about not revealing very much at all. There's a character in the movie that is not revealed at all in the marketing and is not revealed until, I think, the last third or maybe half of the movie. What'd you think?
I loved it. I loved the way that they gave us little nuggets as you went along. You just learned more and more through other people's stories and how they connect with each other. I really like the way that that was laid out.
You like that kind of storytelling model.
Right, yeah. And, yeah, I think that you got more information out of each story after you knew some of the backgrounds of other people too. Like I know that you said when we were leaving, like, yeah, the first two didn't really give you that much information, but it's like, did they not? Because
maybe we just didn't know that they were giving us information.
Right.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was really impressed in this with the director's confidence and skill to make a movie like this for a second feature. I thought this felt really assured. And I feel like people from comedy backgrounds end up being the best horror filmmakers. I don't know why that is. I think maybe it's because both of them are so difficult to do, and the timing plays such a big role in making them effective.
Yeah, timing's definitely it. And then I think that comedy and horror are there to do the same thing. It's like pushing the boundaries on the things that people don't want to talk about.
That's true.
So I think that those go hand in hand.
That's a good point. I think that it's got the same kind of cleverness in structure as Barbarian does. But this Barbarian felt to me like sketches tied together more. This feels more like a fully formed story.
Yeah.
But I think he took the same kind of seed as, we're going to do a non-conventional setup and do some interesting stuff with it. But in this, I think it's so much more assured. And I don't think it bungles the ending the way that Barbarian did. That was my problem with Barbarian. And we never reviewed it for the show, so we've not really talked about it too much. Do you remember much about that one or no?
No, 0%.
0%?
Yeah.
I felt like Barbarian had such a cool setup. It did such a neat job of subverting our expectations about what was going to happen. But then it just kind of devolved into a standard horror movie with a lot of silly, kind of logical inconsistencies. And this one, I think, the ending is so satisfying and so funny. I just think that it's a really well-made, surprisingly funny, inventive movie.
Yeah, there's not like a whole lot of gore scenes, but when they do, they really suck it to you, which is nice.
The gore looks really good. The makeup on the characters, I thought they did a nice job in most of the scenes. They have like some bulgy eye work that the eye bulging is just enough that it's just really unsettling, where it's almost like, is that makeup? Is that not makeup?
Is that just how your face looks?
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's not. That can't be right.
Right. I've read a lot about people saying that this movie is not about anything. There's like a couple schools of thought that I've seen when people have talked about this movie. People saying, oh, it's not about anything, and that's okay. And people saying, no, it's about gun violence in schools. It's about grief. It's about this and that. What do you think?
I think I definitely fall in the camp of it's about addiction. There was a lot of addiction in this movie. I don't think, other than that gun in the sky, which was a dream sequence in itself,
Yeah.
I don't think I got gun violence at school shootings. I think that maybe that man, Archer, was leaping to that conclusion because it is 2025 and
Right.
there are so many mass school shootings
Yeah.
that, yes, in a dream, his brain could have gone there. But I don't think that leads to, yes, this was about school shootings. I mean, there is that one scene where you got just Alex sitting there alone in the classroom, and that, like, I could see that going into it, but then it doesn't take it anywhere.
Yeah, the only real strong theme that I picked up from this movie was about substance abuse.
Yeah.
And using it to cope, like the teacher does, the cop does. There's several people in this movie who are either in recovery or actively in the throes of addiction.
Right.
The director did say that part of the movie is kind of autobiographical. And I can't explain how that's autobiographical until we get into spoilers, but remind me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you can pick up some themes here, like grief, the helplessness people feel in the wake of a tragedy.
Sure.
The idea that healing from trauma is a long process and not something that, But mostly this is just a self-contained story that has a little mystery and...
Something weird fucking happened in that town. We don't know why. We have to figure out what happened to the kids.
And honestly, I like it for that.
Yeah.
I like that it's not about specifically anything. I think that we're all really conditioned now because of A24 to look for those kind of things, because of A24 and because of like the Babadook and things like that that did that so well. But not every horror movie has to be like that.
I think it's a very good like ghost story or fairy tale, especially because you get the narration at the beginning and the end of that little girl telling you about her town.
Yeah, I think fairy tale is a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
It's very fairy tale-ish and has allusions to the Pied Piper, to Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
And I think that's where this really works. Yeah, I just think it's a really cool setup, I like a mystery like this. And it's very rare, I think, for a movie to set you up with this interesting mystery like this and to actually have a payoff that's satisfying. It's so rare to have a satisfying payoff in a horror movie, period.
I also really liked the way that as they were going into each individual character, it wasn't necessarily even about the whole what is happening in the town. Like, you got a good snippet of their day-to-day life outside of the quote-unquote tragedy that was going on outside of it. Especially with Jesse. He didn't even know what the fuck was going on. He only cared about getting money, getting drugs, getting high.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
He didn't even know until, like...
He tries to pawn the silverware.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He had no idea.
No idea.
Yeah, you get a lot of information and interesting character building stuff about each of the people, whether you like them or not. Some of them, like Justine, the teacher, you understand her. You might not necessarily like her. But there are definitely people like Marcus, the principal, who you for sure like.
Yeah. His little Mickey Mouse shirt
He
with
and
his
husband having matching Disney gay shirts on, and those 6 hot dogs for some reason.
There was 7. Okay, so I was trying to look up what was with the throw up with Marcus.
Oh,
because none of the other ones did it. And the internet just could not handle the fact that he had 7 hot dogs.
They thought maybe it was just... Sure.
Everyone else was just like, oh, is that the wrong amount? I don't know. He was sharing with his husband. There were carrots on that. Yeah, but did you see how much ranch? Like
a soup tureen of ranch.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of, what was that movie we watched? Oh, Strange Darling, I think, where the older couple makes that breakfast and they use like
oh my God,
huge sticks of butter and like
yeah, there was like a whole stick of butter for 2 eggs and it was so ridiculous. Yeah.
It was like that. Evidently that was a reference to one of the sketches from his show.
Well, anyways, didn't find out why he puked. Did find out that the internet was going crazy about the hot dogs.
I know that the director, one of the guys from that sketch comedy troupe, had died prior to him writing this, and so that was part of his... I don't know. That was part of how he started writing the story.
Grief process.
Yeah, I guess. The original ending, or the original movie, had no voiceover. That was put in afterwards.
Oh, I like the creepy little kid.
I guess they found it to be too dark without that. I guess we can talk about why that might be later. I only had a couple of problems with this, and they're very slight. I thought that the AK-47 with the like 217 on it was sort of unnecessarily misleading or confusing. I kind of get why, because it was Archer and that he was into the conspiracy. He was deep into that anyway. And of course, your mind is going to go to a school shooting when your child is in danger in 2025.
I guess also when they were trying to pass a bill to not have AK-47s be legal, the vote was 217 to something. And the quote was like, guns don't kill people, people kill people. So it could have been a nod to that. I don't know. It also was the time that all the kids left the house.
It also was the time all the kids left the house. There were also 17 kids that disappeared.
Right. And 2 that didn't. The teacher and Alex.
Right. I don't know. I just thought it was
smarter
a little...
brains than me, I don't know.
Zach Cregger kind of said it was just something that an image that he thought of that he decided to put in without questioning it very much.
His prerogative. Great.
Sure. It wasn't needed to me. I thought it was a little... But whatever. The only other thing I didn't like was, you listeners probably recall that I am not a big fan of creepy ghosty makeup. What they try and do to make someone look creepy in movies for, like, jump scares and things like that. And
Are you talking about Gladys's makeup?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
I would come at you
I
real
loved
hard.
that. What I didn't like was there's a dream sequence in the beginning during Justine's segment.
With Alex.
I see. And he just, for no reason, has scary ghosty makeup on. Yeah. And I think a lot of... There's not that many jump scares in this movie, but all of them work except that one. But it's a very small nit to pick in a movie that I think is so well done. I found this to be so funny.
Yeah.
And so satisfying. I had a really fun time watching this.
Yeah.
I really recommend that you see it in the theater. I rated it 4 initially. I might even say 4.5. Just because I had so much fun. And I think that it's such a home run in terms of marketing, and it's paying off for them. It's doing very well. Everyone's talking about it. I just think it's a home run.
Yeah, I loved it too. I think I'll meet you at 4.5.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
And I think this is a really fun movie to see in a theater. There's a lot of things visually that reward your attention, I think. And come on, jump scares always work better in a movie theater because you're more paying attention. You're in the dark, you know.
And also, it's really nice to hear an audience react around you.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing about going to their movies.
Absolutely. They also do a couple of other things before we get into spoilers. Zach Cregger had said that the look of the kids when they're running with the lawyer playing arms was kind of a reference to the famous picture of the girl who had been burned with napalm in Vietnam.
I don't know it.
You would if you saw it. Mm. She's naked and her arms are out that way.
Gotcha.
And that was kind of what he wanted the visual of the kids to mimic. Oh, I like that they played a George Harrison song at the beginning when they show the kids running away. Beware of Darkness. I think from All Things Must Pass. I love George Harrison. He used to be my favorite Beatle.
Great. Thank you for the context. I didn't know
all of them
you
used
were
to be my
talking
favorite Beatle at one point, except for Ringo. Anyway, we both really liked this. We both think you should go see it. And now we want to talk about spoiling.
Spoilies!
Yeah. So, do you want to tell him? You want to tell him what happened? Who did it?
Yeah. Creepy Aunt Witch came to town.
Gladys
came to town, and she was sick and she needed life force, and so she tried to get it from her niece and or sister. What was it?
No.
Gladys was...
She had to have been a great aunt.
Okay.
There's speculation she's not even actually related to them, which is pretty great. That
Fair.
she just, like, hypnotize them into thinking that they had an Aunt Gladys.
Anyway, she has to come to town because she's sick, and the husband's not into it, but the wife feels familial obligation.
Right.
Then she gets there, and she puts a spell on the parents, but that's not enough life force. But she knows how she's gonna fix it. It's the children. So she makes her freaking nephew go to class, go get something from each and every one of them. He very smartly decides to... That was also a really good sequence where he's deciding if he's going to, grab a toy or an eraser or whatever from each one of these kids. And then he just decides, I'll just pluck these name tags right off these baskets. They belong to them. Okay, wonderful.
They personalize them with stickers and stuff, so it works.
That's right.
Because Aunt Gladys is a witch.
She's a witch.
And she uses personal items in order to make them like her zombies.
Yeah. And so then she takes all of the zombie babies, and they're just hanging out inside of the house. But who cares, because the parents are also zombies. And the only one that has to, shoulder all of this knowledge is poor little baby Alex. He also has been told that he has to feed all of these little zombies. And that was so sad.
And he can't tell anybody, because when he tried to speak up or complain, Aunt Gladys was like, well, I can make your parents hurt each other or themselves or you. I could even make them eat you or eat each other.
Right.
And to prove this, she has them repeatedly stab themselves in the face with forks.
Oh, yeah. The forks. Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I have to just...
So they just show him going to the store every day to get cans of soup, and then shows him sloppily feeding these parents and all of these children from his class. And he's has to be forced into being the caretaker for all of these people. Ugh, it's so sad.
And that is the part that Zach Cregger said was autobiographical, because he said,
I figured, yeah.
Having alcoholic parents is tough because, among other things, you end up being in the parental role because they're not able to care for themselves. So you end up by default having to care for them. And then, so you have that kind of secret burden at home, and at school you have to act like everything's okay.
And the teacher did see it, and the teacher did try to go to the authorities, went to the principal, and he pushed it under the rug because he just couldn't handle any more drama going on with this. He's already got 17 kids missing. I love him, but yeah, he probably should have looked into it more.
Yeah, and he does eventually, and that's what gets him killed.
Right.
And the part of the movie, the other thing that Aunt Gladys does, and the reason the movie is called Weapons, is because she can also use them to attack other people.
Right.
There's a different spell that she uses. And it's all from this magical tree that she has.
Right. She's got this magical tree. She plucks off a twig, wraps it with their hair, gives it a little bit of blood, and dun-da-da-da.
You break the stick, they just attack. Or they come right to you, and that's how she got the kids.
Right.
So...
Did I not remember how she got each and every one of their hairs?
She didn't need their hair. She got the name tags for the kids.
Right.
The hair, she got Justine's hair when she fell asleep in the car outside of the house.
Oh, the hair is who they are to attack.
Yes.
I see. Okay. Gotcha.
So Aunt Gladys, what a cool character.
Yeah.
And
her crazy little wig, her makeup.
The first glimpse of her is a horrifying jump scare, too. It's so good. Amy Madigan plays her. You might know her from such movies as Uncle Buck. She played the love interest in that. You might also know her from Field of Dreams. She played the wife in that. She's a really good actress. I haven't seen her in years. And it's so cool to see her back, and she does a great job in this. Her makeup and costume design, the character design for Aunt Gladys is so good. I just can't say enough good things about Aunt Gladys.
Aunt Gladys.
And the fact that they kept her out of all of the trailers, everything. So smart, so good. If they had done that with Nick Cage and Longlegs, maybe people would have been more into that movie.
Sorry, Longlegs.
But I mean, as good as he was in that, I think this character development is even better. And I think she just, it's just such a great performance. I like the rules of within the movie. I think that they're interesting, and I don't have a problem with them logically or anything. The stick, the tree, all that stuff.
Yeah.
The life force. The only thing I really have a problem with logically, what were you going to say? You look like you had.
I wish that Alex would have seen the fact that if you dunk it into the water, then they come back.
Right.
Because I think that's the only thing keeping all of these people as little zombies.
Yeah.
Sucks.
That is sad.
But she's dead. So what are you going to do?
But I like the fact that we know that and they don't know that.
That's true.
The only thing that seems a little illogical to me is why wouldn't the police continue to monitor Alex and notice that all of his windows are boarded up and that no one else comes out of his house?
Really boarded up. They just have newspaper on top of them.
Okay, but it's weird.
I mean, yeah, but I could have explained that away. Aunt Gladys is sick. She doesn't need bright lights. She needs to sleep. I don't know.
That was the only thing. But again, not that big of a deal.
You want to talk about the kills?
Yeah.
The first one was my worst.
Was the first one
The husband.
Marcus killing his husband? How does he do it? I can't remember.
He headbutts him with his head 20 times, and then it pans over Jerry's head, and it's just the bottom jaw.
Yeah.
Right before she turns Marcus onto Justine.
Right.
In the gas station. Why?
That was rough.
Why?
And then he ends up getting hit by a truck.
A car, yeah.
Or a car.
And then the lady's just screaming because he like ran out of nowhere, and she's just like, ah!
And his head is just smashed.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great sight gag. I also really, I think the funniest segment and my favorite segment was the one with, was it Josh? Is that his name?
Jesse?
James.
James
was probably my favorite, just because it was the funniest. And I loved the cop getting stabbed with the needle and then him stabbing the cop in the face with the needle later.
Oh my god. That is the only thing that I was like, really? In this movie? Because Paul had asked a bunch of times, is there anything in your pocket that's going to stick me? No. Shoves his hand in his pocket and immediately gets stuck with a needle. And then he just punches him, which I feel is pretty reasonable. Like, in the heat of the moment, like, well, fuck you. But then, being the best cop in the history of the world, he feels instantly bad, lets the guy go, goes immediately to his future father-in-law, the chief of police, and is like, I did this, I'm so sorry. And he's like, okay, well, if he doesn't, do any reports, then maybe you'll get away with it. It's like, fucking cops do worse shit than that by far every day, and no one's in turmoil about it. That was the least believable for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, stabbing him with the 3 needles right in the face.
That was great. There's not that many deaths in this.
No. Gladys.
James gets killed.
How's he get killed?
I can't remember now. Because the cop attacks him.
Yeah.
Gladys, weaponizes the cop. And then don't he and the cop both get killed because they're used as, I
don't remember.
They're behind the salt or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Was that what it was?
Who knows?
But the best part...
Here it comes.
The best part is that Alex figures out part of how to use the magic tree. Gets some of Aunt Gladys's hair.
Wraps it around, sticks his own little finger.
And then sends all of the kids after her. And we get the greatest scenes.
Yeah, it's just like...
It's so satisfying. Just watching a pack of wild children just jumping through windows and
It's like through people's homes that don't know what's going on either. So crazy Gladys is running through the house and everyone's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is happening? And then all of a sudden, 17 children zombies come running after her. Like, and they are the closest point from A to B is a straight line. So they will go through windows. They will go through doors. They would just running through.
It was so funny. And so satisfying.
And then when they catch up to her,
they rip her apart.
Literally rip her limb from limb.
Beautiful.
That was good.
So satisfying. So good.
Hilarious.
I don't know if you could be louder today.
I don't see the problem. Give the audience what they want.
They don't want to hear you chewing, boss. We loved this. Did you like it better than Sinners?
No, there wasn't enough music for me to like it better than Sinners. But it's up there.
Yeah.
The problem that I had was when James was going to loot the house, he checked the bottom windows. They were locked. He checked the door. It was locked. He climbed up a trellis and just got into a second floor window. No screen on it. No nothing. Just goes right in. So mad. I was like, there's not even a screen on it. The only reason that it would be unlocked is if they open it frequently to let the air in. But if they don't have a screen on it, then they don't open it to let air in because the bugs would fly through the window. So that's unreasonable. And I was just thinking about it for a long time. Anyways.
Is this because your gummy might have kicked in?
Yeah. Unless the union's listening, and then I don't take any gummies. But yeah, it was definitely a brain spiral that I went through.
Sometimes I have those too watching movies.
But then when he did get in and he thought he got caught by the parents before he realized they were little zombies, he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Oh, is this your house? I'm sorry." And then he does the exact same thing when he's at the basement stairs and sees all the kids. I'm sorry. Like, he's just, you hate him so much, but you love him.
Yeah.
Stupid kid.
Evidently, like a couple days after this movie was released, they announced there's going to be a prequel.
And you get to know more about him?
About Aunt Gladys.
Oh. Okay.
I don't think it's needed. I was disappointed. The coolest thing about this movie is that you don't know about Aunt Gladys till halfway through.
Well, maybe they will run with the fact that it's not even related to this family. Maybe they'll show her showing up to other people's families and telling them that they're related to her. That'll be fun.
I guess. I just, do another original idea. This one worked so well.
Yeah, it was good.
But that's how it goes. Hollywood. I'm really pleased. I liked Barbarian, but this is better in just about every way, in my opinion.
And I don't remember Barbarian, so I'll just say this one was great.
Yeah. All right. We'd love to hear what you guys thought about Weapons if you've seen it.
What did we decide on watching next?
You don't remember?
No.
For our next movie, we are going to be doing Final Destination
dumbass.
Bloodlines. And that's why we are not...
I'm just going to pretend that was supposed to be a segue for you, and I knew exactly what was happening. Not us watching a Final Destination yesterday.
That's right, babe. So that's why we're not doing the normal horror homework for the next 2 weeks. We're going to be watching all of the Final Destination movies in anticipation. And we just watched the first one last night. They're all on HBO right now. So we figured this was a good time. We've never done a Final Destination for the podcast, so we thought that would be something that, you guys might want to know. And so in anticipation, we're going to watch all of the Final Destination movies. I don't know how many there are. 5, 7?
20? I don't know.
I don't know. And give you a kind of a rundown of what we think about all of them. And we're excited to do so.
Couldn't be more excited.
So watch those. They're on HBO, or you can rent them.
You got
in
2 weeks.
Anticipation. Yeah. Babe, you been reading anything good?
Yeah, right now I'm reading this sort of weird mystery. It's called The House We Grew Up In. It's by Lisa Jewell. It's about this mother who has hoarding tendencies when the family's all there, but then as the family moves out of the house, it just gets crazier and crazier, and then she ends up passing away. And so it's kind of from all of the kids' perspectives of, their life there. It pops back and forth from, the 80s and 90s when they were growing up to 2011 when she died.
Okay.
And it's giving kind of background of who she was outside of being a mother that they didn't realize when they were living with her. And now that she's gone, it's all kind of memorial based. But good, bad, and the ugly of the things that she cared about the most in her life. I like it.
What's mysterious about it?
I haven't gotten there yet. It's definitely, one of the twin sons had committed suicide on Easter, which was her favorite holiday. And there's some other trauma that kind of broke her to go into from this hoarder tendencies to actually
but you
unlivable.
But
I haven't gotten to that far yet.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. It turns out that she is in a relationship with her next door neighbor, which the kids didn't know about for a very long time. But she's not in the 2011 version, so something must have happened there. We don't know. Spooky.
Hopefully there's some murder. We'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I am reading a not horror fiction book right now. I'm reading The Women by Kristen Hanna because it's our book club pick, even though we're not going to be here for book club, but I'm already halfway through, so. And it's good. Some of it, the love stories are a little cliched, but I always bristle at straight love stories anyway. They always seem to...
Romance. Ugh.
Yeah.
How would any woman love a man? It just doesn't seem reasonable.
It's not plausible. I don't get it. But I am also reading Meat is Murder, an illustrated guide to cannibal culture. And I made the mistake of taking it to the beach to read. And it's illustrated. And a lot of the pictures are of fake things in a movie, but... At the beginning of the book, it also talks about cannibalism.
I thought you meant you ruined it by sand or water or something.
It talks about cannibalism anthropologically and historically, and then it talks about, cannibal serial killers. And it just straight up has pictures of the bodies in there.
The beach that we go to is not by any means an adult-only beach.
No.
It is mostly children.
There
it's a little
lots
family.
Of kids. I had to read really quickly and turn pages really quickly and was kind of embarrassed, especially when I was floating in the water and couldn't super control where I was pointing. So I felt a little guilty about that.
Oh, poor baby.
But it's a fun book.
Oh, I gotta get back to... I was at the beach read. I was reading that one about the 7 bestie gay men who went to
Love, Valor, Compassion.
Yeah. I gotta get back to that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm off to be a Stedford wife, and gonna go make lasagna for my babe.
I'm so excited. If you would like to contact us... Oh, guess what? We're now available on Amazon Music and YouTube. So just look for The Bloodlust on there. I put us on there in case you'd like to listen on different platforms.
Who knows?
Who knows? So check us out on there. If you want to leave us a review on any of the platforms we're on, we would really appreciate it. It helps more people to find us. You could also tell a friend about us. If you'd like to contact us, you may email us at thebloodlustpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram and Threads and Facebook. You can also check out our website at thebloodlust.net and leave a comment there. But mostly we just want you to review us, please. And sorry about Boss whining for the whole episode. But at least the air conditioning wasn't on.
Silver lining, babe.
Yeah. Thank you for joining me.
'Twas a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Listeners, thank you for listening. We will see you in 2 weeks when we'll be discussing Final Destination Bloodlines. Until then, this has been episode 283, and I have been Amy.
And I'm Kay.
Thank you. Good night.
And hail Satan.